In The Force Awakens, there is that probably the most famous line of the whole movie.
I will finish what you started.
And I do think Ben, not Kylo, I think Ben finished what Anakin started. So it's not Kylo and Vader. I think it's Ben, in a way, finished what Anakin started. In Episode 3, this whole path of Darth Vader started because Anakin was coked to the dark side because he wanted to save a loved one that he thought was going to die. And he was convinced by Palpatine that the only way to do it was to join and embrace the dark side. He eventually failed in doing so.
It seems in your anger, you killed her.
But this journey started as Anakin. And in the end of Rise of Skywalker, Ben gives his life essence to save Rey. And in a way, maybe that's why she called herself a Skywalker at the end of the film, because it was a Skywalker who gave their life essence for her to live. Anakin started a journey to save a loved one's life using the Force and eventually failed, as we saw in Episode 3. And I think Ben eventually finished that journey learning how to prevent death using the Force. In a way, it's kind of sad for Anakin's case because he did horrible things to turn to the
Dark side to save Padme.
It was, as it turns out, it was very possible, and it seemed even more possible to prevent death using the light side of the Force. I think it ties everything together, and that's what JJ said he wanted to do. He wanted to tie all three trilogies together, and I think that's one of the many subtle ways it buttons it all together is, Anakin didn't need to turn to the dark side to save the loved one, and by Ben doing that, it showed that all of that didn't need to happen. All of Anakin turning to the dark side and slaughtering of the Jedi didn't need to happen. By using the light side, you can prevent death. The whole original trilogy, bad guy was Darth Vader. Anakin became Darth Vader in a quest to save Padme. When Ben saved Rey, it showed that Anakin didn't need to turn to Vader in order to save her, and he ended up, Vader didn't save Padme. He failed. While Ben, coming from the dark side to the light, seemed to give him the ability to save a loved one and prevent a loved one's death.